they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us slaves. I can feel the sunlight shining.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name's Brian, and today is podcast. Pour the water on. I'll be sharing about the natural sauna I got to experience yesterday, testing out some products, catching up on the Daily Stoic, and a little bit more. First, let's head over into the live chat. See who's hanging out in the coffee crew. Grab a cup, and we will hang out for an hour. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hit go, and the internet got a little blippy there, so I'm not sure what's going on about that. We will find out. We'll find out. See who's hanging out over here. Good morning, Pip. In at a normal, reasonable time, a little bit before the show. Anyone else have "Pour Some Sugar on Me" song in their head now? I didn't until I saw that, and then yes, thanks, Pip. Jim says yes, Pip, in the name of love. And Canadian Farmstead, good morning. Pickle Pete, good morning to you. How's it going? And Pickle Pete says he had Expedia ad on the way in. Good morning, Rewilder Life. Tired today, and it's Thursday. That's Thursday is an acceptable day to be tired, I suppose. Canadian Farmstead had some dog treats and some sort of wine. Good morning, Mike's Homestead. Thanks for stopping. Canadian Farmstead, what do you have a dog? Do you have a dog to feed the treats? Is it an appropriate ad? I don't even know. Like, if I got a dog treat ad, it would make sense. I'd be like, oh, well, they know I have wait. Canadian Farm says it doesn't have a dog yet. Pip says coworker chose to go with Pink Floyd over Def Leppard. You talking like Pink Floyd "Pour Some Sugar on Me" song? I didn't know Pink Floyd covered Def Leppard's "Pour Some Sugar on Me." That would be an interesting interesting song, to say the least. Anyway, let's get started. What's in the cup today? I have GSD blend. GSD blend is the first blend that the Lots Project put out in cooperation with Food Forest Farms. I started drinking Brian's coffee. I joined his coffee club, the C4 Club, which you should consider joining if you are a coffee fan. It is about the best deal going around. You can get $20 a bag. $20 a bag premium air roasted coffee. You sign up for a couple of months, and then they come. You can order as many as you'd like on top of that, but a minimum of 2 per spot in the club. And it's great. One of the benefits of the club is getting your own white label. Basically, if you want Brian to come up with a blend, you want to come up with some art, or have someone come up with some art for a label, you have your own coffee blend brand. Away you go. Well, GSD was the first one that I described. I sent Brian a message and said, hey, I get up early. This was back when I was working service tech industry. I said, I get up early. I work all day. I work a long day. On the weekends, I get up and I work on the homestead. I need a cup of coffee that's going to wake me up because I'm fucking tired. I don't sleep enough. And when I get up in the morning, I got to get up and go, but I can't be jittery. I got to be able to work on things and concentrate. What can we do about upping the caffeine in one of these? Is there a bean? And this is before I really went down the rabbit hole. I knew the answer to this, but now I know it way better. Is there a bean or a roast that has more coffee or more caffeine? And of course, it's light roast. You would think it's dark roast. Oh, dark, heavy, the best coffee. It'll get you all amped up. No, it's light roast, because as you roast the coffee, it burns off some of the caffeine. So we went with it, ultra light roast. It is about as highly caffeinated as you can get without adding more, and it does the job. It does the job. If you've had some GSD, it really puts a kick into your morning, but it doesn't make you jittery or leave you too amped up. So if you want to try some GSD blend today, head on over to Food Forest Farms. I'm going to sneeze, guys. I'm sorry. Wow, I felt that one coming from a mile away. Head on over to foodforestfarms.com. You can use discount code LOTS10, LOTS10 for 10% off your order. That's one-time use coupon. Use that up. If you've used that up and you want to order some more coffee and still get a discount off the already low prices and free shipping, you can always use LOTS5, LOTS, the number 5 for 5% off every day, all the items, everything there. Just put the code in at checkout and Brian will take care of you. GSD blend. It's going to be a good day. Going to get some shit done for sure. A couple people snuck in after the fact. A couple of people snuck in. K-Bonk, good morning. Reweiler Life says going to be a couple pot day. Jim says, Rachel, a couple of what days? And she was talking coffee. I mean, yeah. K-Bonk Hunter over on Twitch. And Rachel only partakes in pot when she has shingles. I mean, it's good to have boundaries. It's good to have boundaries. Canadian Farm says ultra light roast coffee for those who want caffeine but don't like coffee. Wow. Huh. I'll take my ultra light roast coffee over your Maxwell House or Folgers, whatever you're drinking. Good morning, Digger. Thanks for stopping in. Been a while since we saw you. Hope everything is going well. Oh, sorry, Canadian Farmstead sips his Folgers, not his Maxwell House. Sorry. Rewildlife Life says pass the dark roast. It tastes burnt. I know Brian's dark roasts are tolerable for me. I just don't prefer them. I really gravitated towards light roasts when I was drinking drum roasted coffee, and when you drum roast coffee to a dark roast, you are basically drinking char. So Rewildlife Life says she should be in the garden, but she's partying with me and the rest of the folks in the chat. I don't know how much partying's going on here. We're just sipping on coffee and busting balls. So yeah, I guess. So anyway, yesterday was interesting. I was going to meet a community member for lunch and walk around Delinquent's Gully. It turned out that they had to split. They had to get out of town. K-Bonk says he's becoming a fan of the light roast. There's a lot of nuance in light roast when it's done right. Rewilder Life says she's super boring, so this is a party for her. Do you get excited to go to book club? Oh, don't even answer that. I know the answer already. So community member was going to stop out. We're gonna meet up mid-morning, take a walk around, show him what's going on. And he had to take off. He had to get out of town. He had to go do some stuff. So canceled that. If you remember during the show yesterday morning, it was storming. It was supposed to storm off and on all day. And I was like, I don't know if I want to go out. Hey, NFS, how we doing? New to the show. Thanks for stopping over on the vertical feed. Appreciate it. Hit the sub on the way by and the like and all of that stuff. Appreciate you being here. Rewilder Life runs book clubs. Yeah, I got it. I got you. So I decided to just do videos instead of going out and getting out there late. And hi, April. How are you doing? Good morning, April. So Pickle Pete, no, don't. Pickle Pete says he's going to the vertical feed to troll. Just no, leave it go for leave it alone for a little bit. Thanks. We'll see how this goes. I don't need your help. Appreciate it though. And so I stuck around, and as I was doing videos, it was really nice out. It's been in the mid 90s, quote unquote cooling off into the mid to upper 70s at night here, and pretty humid when I go out and work at Delinquent's Gully. Carrie Brown introduced me to the term drenched season. And it's definitely a thing here in Tennessee. So you work and you're instantly soaked, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. It's not the first time in my life I've worked in conditions like this, whether it be artificial in a factory or weather conditions or whatever. Jim says we should all get in the vertical chat. That would make all of you. It's in and out. It's definitely in and out. It's the shorts feed on YouTube. The attention span is short. It's short. It's like me, short attention span. So that's kind of the MO here for a few months. From talking to Carrie and some other local folks. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Pickle Pea says got to get used to the swamp ass. Yeah. I mean, for lack of a better term, that's part of it. The blueberry Texas trick with the dry shirt has been working fantastic. I haven't even been waiting for lunch. Basically, I take button down work shirt, kind of button down work shirt, and then 2 t-shirts with me out to the property. Pickle Pete's wondering about mosquitoes. None. Like rarely. Maybe I could count on one, maybe 2 hands the number of mosquito bites I get in a year. Hey Jim, thanks for the comment and the zap over on Noster feed. I appreciate that. I'm working on getting that more active, and figuring out how to push that a little bit, because I'm getting really fucking sick of Facebook. I'll mention that a little bit later. But I've been taking the work shirt, and that's what I put on when I go home. I keep a dry shirt for the drive home, but I take 2 t-shirts with me, and I start swapping them off as soon as, I shouldn't say as soon as the first one's wet, but I give it like a couple hours, and I'm wet within the first 3 minutes. I give it a couple hours. I'll go take a break, and I'll put the dry shirt on, and I either hang the wet shirt, or I put it in the sun on the hood of the car, or the hood of the truck. And that dries pretty quick. It dries pretty quick within an hour at most. And that one goes back on, and I just keep swapping back and forth for the day. And I usually swap back 3 times. Yes, I know they're dirty. Yes, I know they're not washed. Whatever, they're fucking dry, and it really, really, really makes you. It really changes your attitude. And then I've also started taking a small towel. So I take off the soaking wet shirt, and it's like literally taking off a wetsuit, dry off, put the dry one on. It's fantastic. So thanks for that. Hunter says, have you worn that Under Armour type fabric? No, I am cheap. I wear what I have. Man, wicking material, I mean, cotton t-shirts are going to do the job. I haven't tried anything else. It isn't horrible this way. It hasn't been horrible. Hunter says it helps. I'm not an athlete. I don't know if I can wear Under Armour. Pickle Pete was wondering about using Amethyst or how to watch on Noster. So zap.stream/mynpub is the place you can find it on not a mobile client. So not like Amethyst or Damus or something like that. Canadian Farm says I'm not an athlete. Yeah. So if you go to, and I got to get this link figured out. I've been trying to figure out the Noster thing. I've been talking to some of the developers of Zap.stream to get really the ins and outs of it. It's changed quite a bit since I used it. I basically jumped on when they first started doing it, and I just kind of got in the habit of setting it up and letting it rip. And Jim has been nice enough to jump in there. Random passerbys here and there that see it in the Amethyst live feed. But I'm working on getting it more promoted, more interactive, and be able to find it after the fact if folks want to watch it recorded. Pickle P says Jack wants to know how to broadcast it too. He said 2 days ago, reach out. Yeah, I've been talking to Jack too. It's kind of what spurred the more interest in it, because he asked an interesting question and I asked a question, and then I started talking to Derek Ross and another developer from Zap.stream. And it's getting there. It's getting there regardless. Anyway, the weather. So it's like a sauna here. It like literally feels like I've jumped in a sauna at different points. Pickle Pete was wondering, how about bringing a battery-powered shower? A quick wash down before a ride home is awesome. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not that far. And I just dry off with a towel, and then I take a shower when I get home. So it is what it is. It's not worth the water or anything like that. So it is what it is. We do have a hanging bag shower that we picked up to use when we go stay out at Tim's. When we start doing that, and then unfortunately that's looking like just by schedule conflicts and different things, that's looking like it's going to be the beginning of August before we're able to spend a weekend out there and get that extra work done. But that's kind of been the weather here in Tennessee for a couple weeks. Yeah, a couple weeks, I would say. But yesterday, after the rain in the morning, there was a big opening in the weather forecast. It rained during the show. It rained to like probably 9 off and on. And then I went outside and it was really nice out. The humidity was low. The breeze was blowing. It was overcast, and the temp was really bearable. And I was like, all right, well, I got a bunch of videos to record. I record videos outside. I just don't have room, or I don't have the setup to do it in the camper, so I do everything outside. I've been routinely doing my videos out at Delinquent's Gully. Mike's Homestead says we only have a couple more months of it left. Yeah, I'm in for it. I'm good with it. July, August is what I heard. July, half of August is really what I heard. Most of the people that I've talked to around here say mid-June to mid-August. And so you're ramping up in the beginning of June and ramping down at the end of August. I mean, obviously not done and hard, fast rule, but that's what I kind of remember from last year too. So hopefully that's fine. I mean, I'm good with that. Whatever. It's better than -30. I'll tell you that. Every time I want to be upset about being soaking wet and dealing with the humidity or dealing with anything like that, I say it's not fucking -30. And that fixes everything in my brain. That fixes everything. It's not -30. Perfect. but I was outside and it was really nice. It felt even better because it's been just constant, that constant hot, humid. And so I was like, I'm going to do some videos outside. And so I got the table set up. I had some products I needed to test out. And no, I tested a bunch. I had 4 videos I needed to record. And so I got everything all set up. I was recording the first one, and poked the sun poked out through the clouds and hit me. And I had a black shirt on, and I was like, wow. It was like somebody turned a light switch on. I was like, holy shit, that's hot. The clouds went back over. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's still all right. It's still all right. And so I started recording the videos, and I got about 3/4 of the way through the video. And the clouds cleared and the sun came out like in all its full force. And this is pushing like 11 or noon ish. So it's like high in the sky, blasting straight down. And as the clouds cleared and the sun just blasted down, all of a sudden I just started dripping sweat everywhere. And I'm looking around and the air just got like foggy almost. It legit reminded me of sitting in a sauna and dumping the water on the stones. The sun hit the ground and it had rained so much. It was it was like it had gone from like very, very, very little humidity for a few hours to basically saturated sky. And I think it was a function of the sun coming out and burning off the water, plus another storm system was moving in behind it. But basically the breeze stopped for a little while and all the water just sucked up into the sky. And I was like, holy crap. I was recording videos and all of a sudden I was just like dropping sweat. Pickle P says when we're cutting the clear cuts, it's like that. You can feel it oozing out of the ground into the air. Yeah. We hadn't had much rain. So it was just like residual humidity. It was natural humidity as it in the sky, but this was like it rained, and then it just like evaporated right into the sky, and it was like holy crap. So I finished up the videos I was doing, and then spent the afternoon inside doing some editing. I got a few uploaded to the Amazon page, so that was good. I tested out and recorded the videos on a few different things. I got to share with you guys and kind of what I think of them. The first one was I told you guys about. So I hate the term solar generator. It's just not accurate. It's not accurate. I mean, I guess it kind of is. Kind of, sort of. Not really. They can get away with it, but it's a solar panel and a battery bank. And that's what that's the first one I got. So I had a company reach out and they sent me out. It's a smaller battery bank similar to the Blue Eddy and the Blue Eddy, the Anchor that I've done videos about that Tim was nice enough to let me borrow while he was out of town, while he was down here on his road trip. And so this one's a little smaller. It's in the smaller category. It's in the under 300 watt hour category. Hunter says, if no, it isn't. If anything, the panel's the generator. Great. And so it's in the under 300. Oh, Hunter says, I too share your disdain. Don't join any RV groups. Definitely don't join any RV groups. Your head would explode. Your head, you really, your head would explode. I'm getting ready to dump out. Um, Jim wants to know if I'm going to talk about snails today. Probably, maybe not. Canadian Farmstead says, I've had to explain to a family member how just because it says solar generator, it's not going to be able to do what you want. It's what do you mean? It's not a 5,000 watt. It's not a 5,000 watt DC diesel generator. Rewild Life says, I really want a small setup, but I'm not moving more crap. So the one that I got is by All Power. I can dump a link here in the comments. I didn't put it in the show notes this morning. I wasn't sure what direction I was going when I set the show up, but I grabbed them this morning when I was looking at the videos that I uploaded yesterday. But this one's made by All Powers. It's in the small category. It's in the under 300 watt hours. So it's got 299 watt hours battery. It's a LifePo battery, so it's nice. It's not a lightsaber. Nice. Nice. It's 299 watt hour LifePo battery. It's got a 600 watt max output. So the AC plugs on it, the AC plugs have 600 watt max. It has a wireless charging pad on the top. So if you got wireless charging on your phone or another device, you can just set it on top of the little battery box. It's got two AC plugs. It's got a few USB-A plugs. It's got a few USB-C plugs. It's got the cigarette 12 volt cigarette lighter adapter 12 volt, just like your car. It has a for the input. Rewilder Life says it's an old Harris. Yeah, I know. Stephen Harris was he's a love him, hate him type of guy, and you can do both. You can do both for sure. It's got two power inputs. So it's got an AC input, so an adapter that you plug into the battery bank and then plug into your wall to charge it, or the solar panel that comes with it. It has the option of coming with a 100 watt or a 200 watt portable solar panel setup, which they sent me the 100 watt. The AC function, the AC charging function is really interesting, and that kind of intrigues me. Anybody in the audience use a CPAP? Anybody listening right now use a CPAP and happen to know what kind of watts it pulls? What kind of power requirements are in with a CPAP? Because the thing I really like about this little battery bank, other than the fact we'll be able to take it out and use it for Starlink or charging devices, running laptops and things when we go out to Tim's. Digger says, have a great day. Making my last drive to my job. I'll be retired in 2. Dude, are you serious? Congratulations. All right, stop this for a second. Digger's retiring. Last drive to his job. He's going to be retired in 2 hours, and he chose to fire up this podcast to listen on the way. Dude, congratulations. Congratulations. Enjoy it, and then smile and be happy and figure out what you're doing for the rest of your life. Thank you. Awesome. Appreciate that. I love seeing shit like that in the comments. Awesome. Good morning, Backwoods Butcher. Mm-hmm. No. Sorry, guys. Get down here. Hunter says, 30 to 60 watts. A CPAP machine typically consumes 30 to 60 watts without a heated humidifier at the usual pressure levels of 7 to 12 centimeters of water. The power consumption of a CPAP machine can reach 70 to 100 watts when heated. Okay, so we're looking at if we're running on emergency mode, we're running at say 60 watts. That's going to get us 5 hours. So this necessarily wouldn't be a CPAP, a UPS. This probably wouldn't be the best for this. They do sell bigger models, but this is a UPS and not UPS like United Parcel Service. UPS as in uninterrupted power supply. And a lot of these solar generators or battery bank with a solar panel also dual function as a UPS. And what a UPS is basically you plug the AC cord into the battery, you plug the battery into the wall. That charges the battery. Then you plug your devices into the UPS, the battery, that you don't want to turn off in a power out situation. So if your grid power goes out, you don't want your security system to go down. You don't want your Starlink router to have to reboot. You don't want whatever the device is that you don't want to turn off, your laptop if you're working or whatever. You plug that into the battery bank. And when everything is normal, when the wall power is on, when the grid power is on, all it does is pass through the battery. It keeps the battery charged. It may do some sort of cycling depending on the battery and depending on how smart the controller is in it. It might drain down and cycle the battery just for conditioning. Otherwise, it just passes through. It keeps the battery charged. It runs your device, and it's basically like it's plugged into the wall. The magic happens when the power goes out to your house, and the battery senses the battery bank. I'm sorry, it's not the battery doesn't really do anything. It's the controller inside the battery bank senses that the power disruption, the charging in, it automatically switches to the battery power. So your device is now plugged into the battery and it stays on. Depending on the device, depending on the quality of the device and how much you pay for it really is a function of quality. Most times will determine how quickly that switch happens if there's a delay. Most of them at this point, and I dealt with these a lot in the gas station industry because a lot of their servers and things just it was horrible for them to just power off. So most of the point of sale systems all had a UPS and a slow shutdown if the UPS ran out. So it basically switches over the power. Power stays off. It drains down the battery. It'll run it down for until it's dead. But if the power comes back on before the battery is discharged, it starts to charge the battery back up, and then we start the whole cycle again. So a lot of people buy these for this purpose. I don't know if you were buying one for solely a UPS, this is not the way to go. Like, you don't need the solar charging capacity. But as a secondary option, excuse me, if you're buying this thing to have as portable power, say you go to the beach, you got an off-grid cabin, you go camping, things like that, and this is just your grab and go, having more than one function is never a bad thing. So if you have it around the house and you got a laptop you don't want to shut down, you don't want your internet router off because you don't have cell phone signal, and the only way you have comms is if Starlink is working and the power is out. This will power your Starlink for either off and on, so you can communicate, or it should run it for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours straight if you want to do it that way. So that's a really cool function of this. And then, like I said, it comes with a portable solar panel. If you watch the video, the solar panel basically folds up into like a little briefcase. It's really nice. It's got a storage pocket for the cables. It comes with cables to connect to the battery bank, but it also comes with DC, like the round DC. K-Bong says sounds like a Starlink USB UPS. I'm guessing. But yeah, it comes with a DC adapter. So like when you have your AC to DC adapters, when you used to have your Walkman or what your stereo, and you used to plug it in, it was the round plug in. You'd plug it into the wall, and then there'd be a little box on the cord, and then there'd be a round plug in. You plug it into your device. Yeah, DC connection. That there's several sizes of that it comes with. And then 2 kick out legs on the stand. So you like basically fold it open, kick the legs out, and it sits. Also has some little paracord loops in the corners of each of the corners where you could hang it, you could suspend it, which is really nice. It's a really nice set. I was excited. It wasn't anything. I didn't reach out on this one. They reached out to me, and I was like, sure, why not? And then when I got it and I started messing around with it, it actually is it's a pretty solid device. Got a little light on the front, so obviously if the power's out, your lights are probably out, and you can if the lights are out, it's got a light, a low and a high light, and then a flashing strobe on the front that runs off the battery. It's a pretty solid little device. Digital display lets you know all the information: power in, power out, battery remaining, time remaining at the current usage. So it's pretty solid. I gave it a definite recommend at the price. It's I think they're $300. $300, a dollar a watt hour, basically, with the solar panel. So 100-watt solar panel. Backwoods says, will it power an auto blow? Asking for a friend. What is a fucking auto blow? Jim says, okay, I'll ask Kyle, what's an auto blow? Can you enlighten us there, young man? Is this one of the things that kids are using these days? Is it something similar to a fleshlight? So that was the little portable power bank and solar panel I got. Another thing that just randomly showed up at the same time. Another thing that showed up at the same time, and it got me all confused because it was actually 2 companies that I was working with that weren't necessarily on Amazon. They were on they were through email, and I totally forgot that one was sending a it was one that I forgot was on its way, and it's actually another 100-watt solar panel. This one is a semi-flexible. It's like a big sheet of semi-flexible plastic. 100-watt solar panel. It has 4 grommeted corners. You can hang it up. They suggest with like suction cup hooks or the adhesive hooks that we used for our skirting for the camper, where the adhesive pulls off and you stick it to the side. That would be perfect for hanging this on the side of a camper. You could set it on the top of a car. You could suction cup it on a car or a truck, hang it in a tree. And it basically comes with 2 MC4 connectors that come out of it. It's definitely adding into another system. It doesn't do anything by itself. Jim's wondering what my t-shirt says. It says overnight success. Overnight success. The back says something like after years of hard work and bullshit or something. I can't remember. So this solar panel just is an add-on. It doesn't do anything by itself, but I did mess around with it and hooked it up with the battery bank and solar panel that came, and it just upped my power input. So now if I want to charge it a little quicker, I can use this other solar panel. But this one is just kind of a kicker panel that you could have around that's going to give you 100 watts. And 100 watts isn't a ton, but it's more than zero for sure. And this panel comes in at $100. And being as thin and lightweight and portable and flexible as it is, the different places you could use it, I think it works. If you got a special need for it, like Kyle, special needs like Kyle. Kyle says, it looks like you're sticking your willy in a Dyson vacuum that apparently uses AI to learn how to pleasure you automatically. What's this thing called? Auto blow? Do you have a link? I was scrolling through the Creator Connections listings the other day. That's where I get a lot of these, where I get in touch with a lot of the companies I get these products from. And there was a huge section of adult toys that were available for review. And I was like, Canadian Farmstead says, why send a link when he can just take a picture? K-Bong says, oh my, what will they think of next? Man, I've been thinking about this interactive toy thing for a long time, back when they had the Wii, the what is it, the Nintendo Wii, and the Wii and the other game systems that did the motion controllers and things like that. The opportunity was just ripe for some aftermarket games for those types of things, and some aftermarket controller covers and things like that. Pickle Pete says Bluetooth toys. Yeah, they've been around for quite a while. They're interesting. Some of the videos of couples playing with those things in public are definitely interesting. But there's a list of toys, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, if you're in that industry, you got a website, you got a clearinghouse, you got whatever review page for sex toys. It's big business. I mean, it's huge business. But I'm like, I'm trying to piece together in my head how to order some of this shit and what kind of videos I can make with it that would fit in my channel. And those brainstorming sessions go sideways really quick. So the flexible solar panel I got done, got that review out. It was pretty straightforward. It wasn't a whole lot. Basically, it's plug and play, and you put it in the sun and it works. I mean, it is what it is. Canadian Farm says fit new channel. Pickle P says order a swing. Where the fuck would I put a swing in the camper? I'm gonna order a porch swing. So if you guys want to come over and visit, just so you know, I'm gonna order a porch swing. Another thing I tested out yesterday, did a video on, was a new pair of Pickle P says on a tree rim. Was a cordless rechargeable hair clipper. Done. Got her cleaned up. I actually let it grow out and then use these new clippers to see how they work, and they're really, really nice. I was surprised. I've used Wall for a long time. Even when I bought generic, I've gone back to the Wall clippers. These ones, Jim says the glare. Backwoods Butcher says all the toys are nuts. Just buy a summer squash like an adult. Watermelon, pork roast, summer squash. Yeah. Backwoods Butcher says grow your own. Self-sufficient. Yep. So the hair trimmers are really, really nice. I was the hair clippers, I was pretty impressed. They're heavy duty. They're heavy duty. They're quality made from what I can tell. what I could tell, it feels like the construction's well made. It's heavy, not too heavy. It's ergonomically correct. You hold on to it. The positioner, basically where the guard, you got the little latch on the side of the. I don't have it sitting here with me. I think I left it outside in the truck. But it's got the little lever that moves the guard up and down. It comes with the plastic guards to do the different lengths of hair. But right on the unit, like on the wall, you usually have forward and back. So basically the guard comes out and then it goes in to do like to the skin or leave a little bit. This one actually has three different settings, and it clicks in, it locks in really nice. It just feels quality. So rechargeable, lithium battery in it, USB plug-in. You plug it in and you plug it into the wall. It charges really quick, and with a digital display on the side, it displays the battery life. I did my hair, and it takes me a long time to do my own because I'm not used to doing it. Corey does her own. She does it great. She's really good at it. Practice. She does mine because it just takes me a while to get it done. K-Bonk wants the link for the hair clippers. I got it here. And so I used it, and it took a little while, and I looked at the battery. I was like, okay, well, how long does this battery work how long does the battery last in something like this? It's your normal size hair clipper. It's not obnoxiously big or anything. And 3%, 4%. Like I had to go back and trim a little bit after Corey checked out. I had missed a couple spots. I went back and used it. I used it some more, and it literally only went down 4%. It comes with a nice travel case, a nice padded travel case that has cutouts for everything. It sits in there. The cord goes in there. All the guards go in there. It comes with oil and a brush, just like all of them. It's like $40. It really, I like it. The wall, I always love the wall trimmers. This is really nice. I just went outside and did it outside. I didn't have to find a plug. I didn't have to find an outlet. You weren't tied to the wall. Tied to the wall. Get it? The wall trimmer. And it was super sharp. Like it cut very, very, very well. I can only imagine it's going to hold up pretty well. Just the construction. And the case that it goes in is significantly smaller than the wall plastic. You know what I'm talking about if you've had wall trimmers. The plastic case with the handle that holds all the guards and all of that you never use. Yeah. Even if you got to pick one up, you want to shave your dog with it. I don't know if this would be a one for Kyle to do his ponytail or his or any other personal trimming. Really sharp. I zipped my head at one point, and it's sharp. So you're going to want to be careful if you're using it. And I don't know about using it in weird places. So just a warning on that. So did that video. The boots, got the cat boots that folks had problems with wearing out real quick. I don't know. I don't know. I've only worn them for 2 days. First initial thought is they are kind of a little heavy. Um, and I don't know if that's a function of the fact that I've just worn Keens for the last 6 months or more. And Keens are just made for hiking. They're made for being out and walking in the woods and walking long distances. And these are more of a steel toe work boot that are the shape of like a hiking boot. So I don't necessarily think that that's a knock on Cat. If I was in a factory, if I was standing, if I was working in a relatively small area and not out hiking up and down, and the weight really isn't even a deal breaker. The weight isn't really a deal breaker for me. It was just an adjustment. So a little heavy, but super comfortable. The no back pain, no ankle pain, no change really. The steel toe, if you order the right size, the steel toe isn't irritating on my toes. Like sometimes they can have a rough inside and a lip that your toes rub on. This is not. They're really well cushioned. They seem to stay tied well. The Keens, I've always had an issue with them coming untied. And I don't know if that is a function of the ankle. The leverage on the ankle, loosening the laces as you walk, is what I've kind of figured out, because it didn't really matter what kind of knot I tied, because it would get loose and then pop off the little eyelet. Not the ones you put the laces through, but the final eyelets, the little hooks that you wrap them around and then tie. That's where it would always pop off for me. And I really, after thinking about it and observing it, I think it's as I was walking and on side slopes is when it would happen quite a bit, on hills, and the flex of my ankle and the from side to side and front to back, I think was just leveraging these laces loose enough around those little eyelets that it would just eventually, one would pop off, and then it would eventually come untied. So I think Canadian Farm says the rabbit goes around the tree and then through the hole. Ha, ha, ha. I got you. K-Bong says, see what you think in a few months. Boots are funky. Yeah, they are. And I'm reserving judgment. I'll probably do a video of initial thoughts. If this was something, if I was a line guy, if I was a factory guy right now, if I wasn't, it would be 100%. They're very comfortable boots. Jamie asked me what I thought of them after the second day I'd worn them out at Off Grid Ping. I stopped by and he's like, "Well, what do you think of your new boots?" I said, "Well, I haven't thrown them out yet." That is a plus for me. Boots, I realized a long time ago, will make your day or break your day. They'll make you fucking miserable, or they'll make you smile. Wilder Life says my military boots never come untied. Pickle P says I tie square knots, then loops, the knots, then not the loops. The brush pulls at the laces. Yeah, the Cat, the new ones have the metal eyelet bent over that they seem pretty solid, and they seem like they're gripping the laces better. The Keens had like a composite or a plastic, just like a 90 degree that they hook under. And I think it just got loose, because there was a lot of times that I would look at my untied shoelaces and they were completely tied. They were just had unraveled from the little notches that you put them through. Jim says the mommy is just a half knot with the loops of the bow. Backwood says I need new cowboy boots. that's what I was. If Kat hadn't sent me these boots to try, I was going to go back to my Crosby's. My Irish Setter Crosby's are my go-to. I was kind of hesitant to go back to them because they are a high calf work boot, cowboy boot style, no ties or anything. And I think I'm really sitting on, if these cat boots don't make the cut, that's what I'm going to go back to. They're chemical resistant, they're waterproof, they're really, really abrasive proof. And they worked really well in the service tech industry for the petroleum industry, because you're always on concrete, you're kneeling on concrete, you're laying on concrete, and when your toes of the industry, the guys in the gas pump industry, the toes of their boots are usually gone, because you're crawling around on concrete and your toes are rubbing on the rough concrete and it just wears through them. These Crosby's have a Kevlar toe cap. They have Kevlar side caps and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna, if the cat boots don't work out, I'll probably go back to those, because I do miss not having to tie my shoes. And for years it probably, I think it was probably 4 or 5 years straight, I didn't own a pair of shoes I had to tie. No tennis shoes, no nothing. It was cowboy boots or my pull-on cowboy boot style work boots. Jim's teaching people how to tie knots. Rewilder says Justin wide toe boots are my favorite. I don't wear pointed toe cowboy boots. I only wear square toe. My feet are too wide to wear a pointed toe, or they would be like size 19 instead of size 13 or 12 or 13. Cowboy boots are slippery on the bottom. You can go skiing for sure. K-Bonk, I'm a slip-on fan. Blunt stones, never looked into the blunt stones. Backwood says, yep, that's why the toes on my boots are gone, as he awkwardly shifts back and forth and tries to explain why he's on his knees all the time. Attaboy. Proud of you, buddy. So that's kind of what I've been working on. Oh, the TENS unit. You guys know what a TENS unit is? I know some people in the audience listening right now probably know what a TENS unit is. Basically the electric shock therapy. I don't know. I've used them for quite a while, off and on for tight muscles, pulled muscles, relaxing, all sorts of stuff. Jim's used one. I got turned on to them back in high school. I did an internship when I was considering being a physical therapist. I got exposed to TENS therapy then, and then through my knee surgeries, used EMS therapy to rebuild my atrophied quad muscles. So when you Rewilder Life says hubby uses it on his jacked up neck and back. Yeah. And so I have one. I had one that you charge up, and it's the unit. It's got the wires and everything. I was scrolling through these products, and I reached out to a company that had one, and this thing is pretty sweet. It's wireless. It has 2 little electrodes. It has their magnetic attachment to the pads. So they have pads with little magnet electrodes. They have the units that charge, that provide the power and connect to your phone, and it runs through an app. And this does TENS. So TENS, I looked it up this morning. TENS stands for transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. Is TENS. Transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. So basically, when you put it on, it makes the muscle twitch. You see the people doing the drinking beer challenge, where they put the electrodes on their bicep and turn it on and try to drink a beer while their hands like jerking themselves off. This one also has an EMS mode, which is electric muscle stimulation, which is what they used for me on my quad when it would atrophy, when you wouldn't walk, you wouldn't use the muscle, atrophies, it gets weak. This actually is an exercise function. So electronic muscle stimulation, it basically uses the muscle like you're using it when you're exercising. So it has that. Pickle P says, can you build a six pack with one? With the EMS mode, you probably could. And then it also has a massage mode, which is similar to acupuncture, and yeah, basically all very similar in their function, but just different ways they work the muscle, and the results are different. So I was interested. I was reading about this thing, and I sent him a message. I was like, hey, I don't want the wired TENS unit. I already have one of those. I'm really curious about this wireless one. They're like, yeah, we'll send you one. It's pretty sweet. I'm always hesitant about the reusable pads that they use, because my skin is oily, and if you don't really use like an alcohol pad to prep the area, the oils in your skin get in the reusable sticky pads. Hunter says, is it a rocket looking one? No, this is basically two little square electrodes that go on to reusable sticky pads. So it looks like one of the butterfly bandages is one style pad. It comes with two style pads. One for smaller areas. It looks like a little butterfly bandage. And then they also have a one for larger muscle groups or larger area that is two square pads with a connecting wire in between them. And the things they hook remotely to your phone. There is a full functioning app that has different things. You can pick different muscle groups. You can pick different modes. You set time, intensity, all of that. I started messing around with it on my arm, on my quad. It's pretty powerful. I was curious how powerful it would be being wireless and charging like that. It's interesting. Jim says I used it for pain. It quickly became desensitized, so it was effective, just didn't last long. You didn't become desensitized. You just didn't feel it. It was still doing the same thing. Pickle Pete says turn it to high. Yeah, it would. It really suggests when you put it on, you have it on 0, and depending on the muscle group it's on, I would say that is a good idea for sure. I had the warning label. It's kind of funny. I had it sitting around here somewhere. I think I moved on from that, but it had a pretty funny warning on it that I noticed at one point. So that's kind of, I didn't do the video for that. I'm still working on that one a little bit. I got the boots, the secondary monitor. I'm really liking over here. That is just a 16-inch monitor with a case. It's just portable. It hooks through HDMI, USB-C. It powers. You can power it through one of the ports, but the two other ports, you have to have an external power source. So either a little Anchor battery bank, plug it into the wall, and then plug it into any device you want. It is wired. It's not a wireless display. But you can hook your laptop to it, your phone to it, anything with a video out through a USB HDMI or a USB works great for this. And it's super crystal clear. It's got a speaker on it, so if you want to use the speaker there or on your device, it works great. Rewilded Life talking about her. I think Rachel is going to start having shingles every day. She says Mary Jane's the only thing that works for shingles pain. I've heard so many weird things about shingles, like it's this mystery disease, almost like a catch-all. depending on the person. That it has multiple different symptoms. Backwoods says you can also go out and grab onto the electric fence. It's not really as targeted as this. Pickle P says shingles is a virus, right? It's the same virus as chicken pox, if I recall right. So like if you've had chicken pox, you have the potential you're a carrier for shingles. I could be wrong. That's what I've heard in the past. Yeah, the portable monitor. I got an epoxy kit to mess around with, a 2-part clear epoxy kit for making little crafts. I'm excited to grab some. There's some super cheap silicone molds, like $5 or something at Walmart. I was looking at that. I'll probably pick up, make some little crafts or something out of that. And Backwoods Butcher. No wonder he needs comedians to come up to his place to make his content better, because this is the type of shit that he drops in my chat. He says metal roofing is definitely better. Because we're talking about shingles. Here, I'll explain it to everybody because it was so bad. So bad. We were talking about shingles, the disease, and then Kyle finds it appropriate to talk about metal roofing. Rewilder Life confirms it is the chickenpox vaccine, or the chickenpox virus, the same virus. She says it lays dormant in the nerves until it doesn't. Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard. I think more than 2 to 3% of the population probably suffers from that, as opposed to plaque psoriasis, severe to moderate plaque psoriasis. So why don't we have shingles prescriptions flying all over Amazon instead of Skyrizi plaque psoriasis or ulcerative colitis or whatever disease they're Oh god, I gotta get out of here, guys. It's 7 after. Pickle Pete's rolling in after this over on the Food Forest Farms channel with Wake Up Seattle. I got some stuff to do. I got a meeting in a little while. Then I'm going to I'm gonna head out to the property and get a little work done on our site and keep moving forward on that progress. We'll catch up tomorrow. I'm probably going to hit up TikToks for some fodder. Corey's been sending me some interesting stuff. We might talk slugs and the way they have their schwiener on their head. Yeah, you said that. It's yeah, on their head. And I haven't confirmed, but I'm pretty sure snails are different than slugs. You would think that they would have relatively the same anatomy, but I don't think there's schwieners on their head. Pip says, I did see a TV ad for the Skyrizi stuff. The Skyrizi the other day. Had a good laugh. Perfect. Anyway, I'll get a bunch of stuff to talk about tomorrow. We'll have a good Friday. We'll send it off into the weekend. Other than that, I appreciate you guys listening. If you enjoyed the show, it's always free to hit that like, share, and subscribe to return value for value. Please consider joining one of the YouTube membership tiers or listening on any value for value platform like Podverse or Fountain.fm. Visit thelosproject.com to find more information or find all my links, all my partner companies, all reviews, and all sorts of stuff over at thelostproject.com or comfrey.roots.com for your comfrey root needs. We have a few more days on our buy one, get one BOGO. Share the love is the coupon code for that. You can grab 2 packages for the price of 1. That ends at the end of June. So visit comfreyroots.com. It's Thursday. It's not pizza day anymore. My pizza guy opened up a restaurant. It's a little too far away to go and bring it back. So we're going to have to wait till he has dine in and go get some pizza. So Thursdays are no longer pizza days. And that makes me sad. But it will probably make my waistline look better. Yeah, well, the things we do. All right, guys, have an awesome day, and we'll catch up with you on Friday.